All right, today we are cracking open some seriously timeless wisdom. We're going to take ancient strategy and forge it into a powerful toolkit for your modern career. Think of it as your new secret weapon for winning at work. So, let's jump right in. Okay, so let's start with a scene I think we've all been in. You've spent weeks, maybe even months on a plan. It's beautiful, it's perfect on paper, and then it slams right into reality. Oh, you know that feeling, right? Every detail is mapped out, every what if is accounted for. And then launch day, and it all just falls apart. It's so frustrating. But here's a thought. What if the real problem isn't the plan itself? What if the problem is how tightly we cling to it? And that really gets to the heart of what we're talking about today. True strength. It isn't about having a plan that's set in stone. It's about being adaptable. It's about being fluid, responsive, powerful. You know, like water. Concrete shatters under pressure. Water just flows around the obstacle. That is the key to winning in a chaotic world. So, how do we actually do that? How do we become more like water? Well, it all starts with reading the room. Or in Sun Tzu's terms, understanding the terrain you're on. For us, terrain just means the business situation you're in. And believe me, not all situations are created equal. Okay, first up is what he calls broken ground. And this is exactly what it sounds like. It's the corporate swamp. You know, that project that's just a black hole for money, a team culture that's totally toxic, or a market that has just vanished. It's a straight-up disaster zone, and the advice for this terrain? It's brutally simple. Do not stay. Don't try to be the hero and fix it. Don't sink more good money after bad. Don't get sentimental. It really boils down to having the guts to pull the plug on that doomed product launch before it takes the whole ship down with it. And this is where it gets really interesting, because your strategy has to change completely depending on the terrain. So you might find yourself on crossroads ground. Think of a big industry conference. Your only job there? Make friends, forge alliances. But then you could be on isolated ground. Like, poof, your project's budget is frozen and you're stranded. The rule there? Don't linger. You have to find a new path fast. See? Same leader, different ground, totally different move. Which leads us to a really powerful and kind of counterintuitive idea. And it's this. Sometimes the absolute best move is to make no move at all. You see, winning isn't always about what you do. It's often about what you don't do. Sun Tzu gives us these 5 strategic don'ts. 5 times when inaction is your best weapon. A smart leader knows that some roads you just don't go down. Some competitors you don't attack, especially when they're baiting you. Some market leaders you don't challenge head on. It's all about saving your strength, your resources, your sanity for the fights that actually matter. But that last one on the list? Oh, that's the toughest one. Yeah, this one is huge. A leader has to be ready to disobey a direct order if that order is going to be a complete disaster. Now, this isn't about being a rebel for the sake of it. It's about responsibility. If you're on the front lines and you know you have the data that the plan from HQ is going to fail, it is your duty to push back. That kind of smart, informed disobedience can literally save the entire project or even the company. Okay, so far we've been talking about reacting to the world around you. Now, let's flip that. Let's talk about being proactive. Let's talk about building a fortress so strong that you basically become untouchable. I absolutely love this quote. It's such a powerful takedown of wishful thinking. Hope is not a business strategy, right? Don't hope the competition plays fair. Don't hope the economy stays strong. No, rely on your own readiness. Rely on the fact that you've built a position that can't be easily attacked. So what does an unassailable position look like in our world? Well, it's not hoping you don't get hacked. It's assuming you will and building a cybersecurity system that's a total nightmare for attackers. It's assuming a downturn will happen and having the cash reserves to not just survive, but thrive. It's assuming your competitors are trying to steal your best people, so you build a culture so great that leaving is unthinkable. Okay, we've talked about the battlefield outside. The battlefield outside. The market. The competition. But Sun Tzu is very clear about this. The most dangerous enemy you will ever face is the one in the mirror. So now we turn inward. We're going to face the internal gauntlet, our own fatal flaws as leaders. And we're talking about 5 specific perils. These aren't just little quirks, things to work on. According to Sun Tzu, these are the seeds of disaster. These are the fatal flaws that bring leaders down. They're the traps we lay for ourselves. First up, recklessness. This is the charge leader, the one who loves the move fast and break things mantra, but completely ignores the data, the risks, the warning signs. They run on pure gut instinct, and they end up running their teams into the ground. And the result? You get killed, you and your project, you fail. And it's almost always a spectacular flameout. But the polar opposite is just as deadly. It's overcaution. This is the leader who is so paralyzed by the fear of failure that they do nothing. They analyze everything to death, and they miss every single opportunity that comes their way. So while the reckless leader gets killed, the overcautious leader, they get captured, boxed in by the competition, left behind by the market. Number 3, a hot temper. This one's simple. If you are easily provoked, you are easily manipulated. That's it. A competitor can bait you with one little comment. A customer can send a nasty email that throws off your whole day. Your emotions become buttons for other people to push. And the result? You get plagued. Okay, the 4th one is a little more subtle. It's an excessive attachment to honor, or what we would call reputation or ego. This is the leader who is so thin-skinned, so sensitive to what people think, that they'll get dragged into pointless battles just to defend their pride. Their ego becomes their biggest vulnerability, and rivals can easily bait them into wasting time and money. And the last one, this might be the most surprising of all, misplaced compassion. This sounds like a good thing, right? But it's the leader who needs to be liked so badly that they can't make the hard calls. You know the one. They keep that brilliant jerk on the team who poisons the culture. They avoid tough feedback. They put individual feelings ahead of the team's mission. And the result? They get bogged down, the team gets frustrated, and the whole mission is put at risk. Look, Sun Tzu is absolutely unforgiving here. He says these 5 dangers aren't just personality quirks. They are failings of a leader. They are disasters for strategy. He says that every destroyed army, every killed general, every failed project, every fired CEO can be traced back to one of these 5. The message couldn't be clearer. We have to look for these in ourselves, really look, carefully. And that really brings us to the final and maybe most important part of this whole explainer. We've looked at the world outside, we've looked at the leader inside, and it all boils down to one last question. So, looking at that list of 5 fatal flaws, which one is your blind spot? Seriously, are you a little too reckless? A bit too cautious? Is it that hot temper? Or maybe that ego, that concern for your reputation? Or is it that misplaced compassion? Because knowing your biggest weakness, that is the first crucial step toward mastering it. Really think about it.